They mocked her scars with cruel, piercing laughter, each sound a dagger aimed at her heart. Emma, head bowed, gripped the coffee pot until her knuckles whitened, her chest tightening as the college kids at table 9 snickered. Their eyes darted to the jagged scar slashing across her wrist, a painful relic of a buried past. One boy mimed, slitting his throat, triggering a fresh wave of giggles that stabbed at her soul. Her breath caught, a sharp pang of humiliation flashing through her. But she forced herself to move forward, swallowing the ache. Then, from the diner's shadowed corner, a chair scraped back with a jarring screech. Emma didn't know it yet, but in 30 seconds, her world would shift. The man rising wasn't just any customer. He was a decorated veteran, his presence a quiet storm. For 2 years, Emma had poured coffee and flipped pancakes at Benny's diner, her existence fading into the background for regulars who never truly saw her. The scar on her wrist, a silent testament to a trauma she locked away, and the service ribbons on her vest, a tender tribute to a brother lost forever, defined her quiet struggle. She'd grown accustomed to the stares, the hushed whispers, the way people either gawked at her scars or ignored her entirely. Until today, the laughter sliced through the diner like a blade, igniting a fire of resentment in her chest. Emma clenched her jaw, her hands trembling slightly as she poured coffee with forced calm, refusing to let tears betray her. Then a voice rumbled, low and menacing. "You got a problem, son?" Her heart leapt as every head turned. In the corner booth, an older man in an army uniform stood tall, his steely gaze piercing the laughing group. His patch-red cane, and the soldiers at his table addressed him as Sir, with reverence. The college kid smirked, a flicker of arrogance in his eyes. "What? You're a bodyguard or something?" Colonel Kane's expression remained unyielding. "No, but I know what that scar means. And I know she earned it the same way I did." A heavy silence fell, thick with tension. A younger veteran with a prosthetic arm rose, his voice trembling with emotion. "You laughing at her scars means you're laughing at mine, too." Another, with a burn scar tracing his jaw, stood, his eyes glistening with shared pain. "And mine." One by one, every veteran in the diner rose, their faces a mix of resolve and unspoken wounds. Emma's breath hitched, a flood of warmth and disbelief washing over her. For years, she'd hidden, burying her shame, letting the world label her as broken. But these men, soldiers who carried their own scars, saw her, truly saw her, and their solidarity broke through her defenses. The college kid paled, his bravado crumbling under the weight of their stares. "Look, man, I don't think scars are funny." Colonel Kane's voice turned icy. "Then let me tell you what hers means." Emma's pulse thundered, panic and pride warring within her. No one knew her story, no one could know, but the colonel pressed on. A scoff from another kid cut through. "Yeah, and what's her story? Is she a war hero or something?" Colonel Kane's jaw tightened, his voice steady with conviction. "That scar? It's from barbed wire, cartel territory. She tore through it, dragging a wounded Marine to safety while their patrol was ambushed." The diner fell into a stunned hush, the air heavy with awe. Emma's breath caught, not in shame, but in a surge of defiant pride. She hadn't spoken of that night in years, avoiding the pity it might bring. But now she straightened, meeting the kid's wide, shocked eyes. "His name was Corporal Jake Rivera," she said, her voice firm yet laced with emotion. "And I'd do it again." The college kid's smirk vanished, replaced by a humbled silence. The veterans didn't cheer or clap. They nodded once, their eyes reflecting a deep, mutual respect. Emma turned back to the coffee pot, but this time she didn't conceal her wrist. Colonel Kane caught her gaze, a flicker of admiration in his eyes. "You ever think about re-enlisting?" She smirked, pouring his refill with a newfound confidence. "Who says I'm out?" For the first time in years, she wore her scars with pride, each mark a testament to her strength and survival. No longer a burden, but a badge of honor.